Our next speaker is Dini from the Social Work Faculty of Sierra, and our presentation of the co-creation of serious games to acquire professional skills.
So I'm not Dini. Sorry for that. So I'm entrepreneur. I'm a professor at HES-SO Valais in computer science, and I work with Sarah on this project. So the idea is that we share the presentation because she couldn't be here today. So she asked me to come and to give you the context, and then you will see her in the presentation because she filmed herself presenting. So this is what the plan is. Let's see if it works. So the project that we have together is there. So we have in Valais, we have a center for disabled kids to go and to apprenticeships. So the idea is that they can get trade in the building industry, and mainly in the building industry they have 2D plan to do 3D stuff. And it's difficult for them even for me sometimes when I see the plan, it's really difficult to see what the 2D is and how it's translated to the 3D. So the idea of this project is to see if we can do serious gaming using XR to help them to take this ability and to be more employable at the end of their apprenticeship. So we made the study on 5 trades. So bricklayers, carpenters, plumbers, metalworkers, and flaggers. They all have 2D plant and they all have a 3D aspect. So when you build a wall, you have to know where you have to put the bricks, and it's given to you in 2D plan. So the idea is that all of these trades they must master the 2D, 3D aspect of the plane. So for the project that I'm talking today, it's a HESTS project that has 3 partners. The ORIF is the institution I told you before about this apprenticeship for people with disability. There is a social science, social work, where Sarah is working, and the IT section is myself. So this is a project with 3 partners, and all the partners actually give a lot of expertise and a lot of added value to the project. So the idea, as I said, is to use serious game using XR system because we believe that it could offer personalized learning for this population. And XR, it's used because it's easy to train stuff in XR, but the thing is that not only a simulation, we actually place the gameplay, we have feedback, progress monitoring, we have levels, challenges, and it's interactive. So the idea is that we use XR because it's easy to do, and we'll see much more after, but then we apply serious game on that. And we use the Living Lab perspective, and this is what Sarah is doing. So talking to the end users, to the professionals, to the educators that are training the young generation. So the idea is that we have every 6 weeks we have a meeting to see how it goes, and we make the test, we test with end users and so on. So this is kind of an interesting part of the project. And what we believe is that if you take this graph, on the y-axis you have the teaching kind of aspect, and on the x-axis you have the autonomy. And we believe that those lines that I drew on the graph as trajectory for different people. So we believe that some people will spend more time in VR and less time in AR, and people will go half and half, and people will spend less time in VR and more time in AR, and with serious games. So just to show you how it looks like, so this is a screenshot of the metal kind of workshop. to have a 2D plan, and they have to create a piece in 3D using all the tools that they already know. So this is the part of XR. And the thing is that we placed a lot of aids, visual aids, or we have sounds. It's depending of the disability of the kids. We decide which kind of help we can give him or her, and how we can help him in the VR. So VR is nice because it's all controlled. So this is the first aspect. And then we have AR application as well, service game as well. And in this case is that they have a 2D plan of pipes, and they have to do it, they have to connect them through the app, and then you can see it in 3D and in the wheel, at the wheel scale directly in front of them. So this actually helps them a lot to see the 3D elements and how they connect to the 2D. So I have like a user feedback. I will see if the sound is working. Let's see. Yes, let's check.
C'est différent de ce qu'on voit à l'atelier. C'est plus dans un lieu qu'on connaît. Donc j'entends le jeu vidéo. En soi, genre, ouais, c'est vraiment plus instructif de faire ça comme ça que de faire sur un établi debout avec un crayon et un papier.
Okay, so this was like, because as I said, we made a lot of end user testing, and this was part of a small show that we had on the local TV, and she was asked that what she liked about the game or she didn't like about the game, and this is what she said.
C'est différent de ce.
And then I will let Sarah Dini talk for the 2 slides. Let's see if it works as well.
For the social work, the project is very important.
Yes, sure.
C'est différent.
For the social work, the project is very important because it provides a new educational tool to help people with cognitive or social disabilities to be better integrated in our society. It's a new tool for educators in the classroom so that the educators can help apprentices to improve the hard skills, that can be a job-related skill, and soft skills like autonomy, planning, and problem-solving strategy. So this tool can improve employability and integration of young people with learning disabilities. What's very interesting too is to integrate educators and young people with learning disabilities in the project for the conception and tests of this tool, because we want to be sure that this tool is useful for both educators and young people with disabilities. This is precisely the Living Lab perspective. That's why we collaborate with educators to create exercises with structured learning. That means to have exercises with action sequences that apprentices need to memorize and master. And the difficulty here is to provide pedagogical supports that fit to an heterogeneity of profile. Because here we consider the learning disabilities in a large way that includes, for example, autism, attention disorder, hyperactivity, dyspraxia, dyslexia, or anxiety disorders. And so this tool has to be adapted to a diversity of difficulties, that means social, psychic, or cognitive. And the challenge here for the social work is to create with the technology different kinds of supports like visual scaffoldings, that means coloring very important elements or having text with adaptive form, vocal assistance, pictograms, sequence actions, and review representation. Another adaptation that is possible is to personalize the setting of the virtual environment with different degrees of support. HESTS pedagogical triangle is a benchmark for designing a learning situation. The triangle includes the educator, the apprentice, and the skill to be acquired. That's the triangle below the illustration. By introducing technology into the process, it becomes a tetrahedron, and it involves rethinking the process of knowledge transmission and acquisition. The tetrahedron, conceptualized by Lombard, gives the possibility to analyze the function and malfunction of learning situations, as well as the technological tool. So this is why we're using it in this project, not only to create the tool that the triangle representing teaching here, and to create the appropriate pedagogical supports, that's the learning triangle, but also to create the pedagogical guide for educators. That's the triangle that we have behind, in the back, that's called education. This guide will help educators to coach their apprentices before, during, and after after using the tool. So indeed, the educator will have to prepare apprentices to use the tool, to coach them during the use, and have them to transfer knowledge, that's very important, to the real world and generalize what the apprentices have to learn, or have learned. The benefits of using technology here to mediate knowledge in the learning situation are known in the scientific literature. Indeed, the literature reports that in addition to the acquisition of personal skills and support for learning, there is an improvement in learners' autonomy, support for cognitive functions such as attention, planning, self-regulation, time management, and memory, a reduction in the need of external aids, and an increase in self-determination. This is what we hope to achieve in this project.
Thank you, Sarah. So the perception and need. So what we are at right now is that we are the project will be finished in December, and we are still testing. We have a test early July with more participants. And we haven't touched the AI aspect of it at the moment, but the idea would be to have like a learning path that is actually given to one user based on his or her abilities and his liking. And the thing is that we got contacted with like association, like trade association, that they want to use the tool in normal apprenticeship. So, for example, in Valais, we have a lot of people coming from Italy to work, and they don't speak the language. So maybe we can use this tool in Italian to teach them how to speak in Switzerland. And for conclusion, so this is our quadrant of learning, and we use the Living Lab process and application interview to make everything work. And it's really targeted at professional skill acquisition, mostly for people that have disabilities. And it's really emphasized that one of the nice aspects that I like about this project is the fact that we have social work really involved in the project, and that makes the project really like focus on the need of the younger generation. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for your presentation. I think there are some questions, so someone want to ask a question? Okay, so I have one. In your presentation, you said that your serious games improve the skills and integration.
Yes, so this is the goal of the serious games.
And they are wondering how you evaluate the improvement of skills and integration.
So this is the second part of the project. Will be to have like two groups, like one control group that does the normal training and one with this. And we hope you can see like difference of like the speed of learning. And for us, the nice thing is that integration in the company is a big deal, because like usually this population, when they get hired by the company, they do like a really meaningless job. And we hope that if we give them more ability to do stuff that is more meaningful for them, they will be more integrated in the company.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm glad to hear about this project, Antoine, because we had some exchange by email in order to collaborate in the future.
Yes.
We are working with the same client, I think. Nice. But I have a question. It's always very time-consuming to develop the models, 3D models, etc., for such games. Did you do something in order to make these games a little bit generic? Thinking about offering tools, how to make it a little bit possible for many scenarios and not only the one who were specified since the beginning.
Yes.
Thanks.
So the idea is that yes, we kept that in mind when we were building the VR application or the AR application. So what you can see here is that we have several panels that you can actually change as you wish. So we keep the same kind of panel for all the trades, and as well we have a sequence of exercises that are like in the database, as you might know. So we have like a structure of exercises with tasks and with like point and like if it's successful or not. So we have all that as well, and the idea is, as you said, is not only to do this project and have everything finished at the end, but to try to get something out and plug it somewhere else. So that was the goal as well.
Thank you very much. You spoke about the co-creation.
Mm-hmm.
Could you precise which kind of co-creation?
Yeah.
Especially about the implication of maybe public and apprentice.
Yes. Yes. So the idea is that we use this leading lab approach. That is what Dini is doing in the project. So the idea is that every 6 weeks we meet with educators, with people that are involved in the project, and we have end users as well. So next week I'm going back to Orif, and we like 2 young people for each of the trades that will come and test what we did. And the idea, we did already that 6 months ago. So now we actually incorporated their feedback, and now we see if it's better. So the idea is that the cooperation is the fact that we are doing like iterative sequences, and each of them we must be better than the last one. And the thing is that we involve all partners each time that they need. So they can come and test and ask questions. And it was really, I mean, this is, for me, this is kind of the nice part of the project, is that we're always confronted by small issues, and for us it's time consuming because it's computer science, but then on the other side they don't understand this, so they say, but I asked you this little thing and you spent 2 months to do it, so what happened? So this is, I mean, for me this is what we like about this cooperation aspect.
One last question.
So I understand that you made a digital simulation of the workspace. Right?
Yes, so that's what I said more than simulation, is that we simulated the workspace, but then we added the gameplay as well. So this is I know, yes.
What is the gameplay other than doing a exercise but in a digital stage?
So the gameplay is more about the challenges, and as well as the help that you can ask or you cannot ask. So the thing is that he is having choices to ask help from someone or not. So the idea is this is the full aspect of it. But then if it knows well, you can play alone and doing the simulated environment. But then if he needs help, we can add, and then the more help he gets, the less point he gets, and you have like a leaderboard at the end as well. So we have two kinds of like gamification with some gaming aspect, and as well as the gameplay, and the fact that he has to do like some challenges after challenges.
So you added points to normal exercises, but they decrease if you need more help.
Yes.
Okay. Do they get graded for these exercises?
They get graded.
Like,
I mean, if they get a grade out of it.
yeah. Is there assessment?
Yes, there are assessments. The idea is that for now is that the educator is with them when they do the simulation or the science game, and then they see what's going wrong and what's going nicely. And the thing is that as well is that what we saw is that people like with disability, they were not able to do it in reality, but they were able to do it in VR. So the thing is that when we see that there are some changes in the fact that if they place the helmet and they do it in the VR, and sometimes the educator told me that yeah, this guy cannot do it in the real life because he's free, he's frozen because of I don't know what, and when he placed the helmet on his head, he's doing this stuff. So at the same time, he's not getting graded, but the thing is that the educators know what he needs to work on after. So it's more like within the training aspect.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
It is a great honor to